Hi, if you are someone who is building next generation SaaS applications using AI and prompt, then this video is for you. If you are building web applications, then you must be using either React with Supabase or Next.js. And this video is for you who don't understand Next.js, who don't come from the developer background and want to understand what Next.js is, why Next.js, and why not React, and why not other tools. So let's get into it. Before that, I want to tell it is very important that with AI, the prompts which you write, it should consider the lingo in what you say. For example, if I am a professional writer, if I write and prompt with AI in that particular manner, it will generate me professional examples. For example, I am speaking English right now. Now, if I talk with AI in English, it will generate me results in English. But if I talk with any other language, it can be French, Hindi, or Portugal or Spanish, any language, it will generate me that particular language, right? So we need to communicate with that language so that AI understands, AI gets the context about what we are saying. So if we are working with Next.js and if I say update the backend, it doesn't know what exactly are you talking about. Now if I say update this particular API route name can be anything. Now it understands, okay, this is Next.js, I have to go to API and there all the functions are there. So this is how prompts goes. So let's get into the surface level view and understand what Next.js actually is. So this video is something which is Next.js explained like you're 5. So let's get into it. And Next.js is nothing but an extension of React, and React is nothing but an extension of HTML, CSS, JS. So I will just explain. So this is one bottle. In this bottle, water is stored. Water is your HTML, CSS, JS, and this whole cover is nothing but your React application. Now, Next.js is something which is, you can say, it is considered like, now this, if I want to store hot and cold water into this bottle, I cannot store it. So consider this as a React. Now if I want to write backend code, I cannot write that backend code into React. For that I need another layer, and in Thermos we can store hot and cold water. Similar to that, in Next.js we can write front end and back end code. So this is just an analogy to make you understand what we are saying. So in the inside, everything is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We we wrap it into React's layer, and Next.js wrap backend layer with the React layer. So this is what Next.js is. So it is nothing but React is your front end code, Node.js is your backend code, and by wrapping it together, they create Next.js, which we call full stack mode. So you have to understand that. Once you have understand that, you have understood a lot of things. Now you can prompt AI much better. Now you know where the front end code will go, where the back end code will go. Now let's understand why full stack is needed. So you must be thinking, I can use React with Supabase. Why exactly full stack? So we will cover that. Since we are using Next.js, it comes with built-in code from scratch, like middleware, routes for different pages, APIs for backend applications, and like it creates like it gets the front end a function through API route. So you can understand that. So for example, if I have this front end code, if it needs backend code, if it needs backend code, then this is the workflow. So React talk with API, and that API contains backend code. So this is how the workflow looks like. Now let's understand the next part, and that is main purpose of using a full stack application. So the main purpose is to save time and make the website fast. So what happens with Next.js is that Next.js is a framework which is created by the Vercel team. So they have created it for their own infrastructure. So their infrastructure knows how Next.js work, and they have created this framework so that it works in very smooth manner in their infrastructure. So that's why Next.js is very popular and it is used by many modern developers. So let's understand why is it famous exactly. So because of something called SSR. Now we will understand what exactly is SSR. SSR is nothing but server side review. So let me zoom out for you guys. So you can say that whenever I'm using React application, and if I host it into different servers, now many frameworks support SSR, but earlier it was not SSR. So every time I wanted to load a React application, the code used to come into my browser and my browser used to render all the code, and it took time. But now what happens with Next.js and with SSR is that the website is loaded in Vercel's server, and then the HTML CSS JS is served to the browser. So consider this particular bottle is built in the factory, and to the end consumer only the water is given, not the bottle is passed. So this is one analogy you can understand. And this way once rendered, so if the factory makes the bottle once, it can serve to unlimited customer. But if factory hasn't made the bottle, it used to serve bottle to the customer, then it used to serve each bottle to each customer. And again, that is what we call caching. Like we generate this once and we serve the water until how many users come to us. So this is how the analogy works. And if you have not understand, you can do a little more research. But if I just give one example, so this is your browser and this is the internet cable which you use, like internet communication, and this is server. So what happens is that your code is stored in this server, right? So your code is stored in this server, and what happens is that browser actually, whenever for example, I search this website traveling.xyz, so this I'm searching this in browser, but when I'm typing this, it goes to the internet and it looks for this server. So the server has the code, and now servers renders everything and return back to the browser, and it returns the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript directly. So this is how it works. So it is a bidirectional communication between browser and server. So now you have understand how this works, server side rendering. So you have almost understood what Next.js is. Now let's understand the different parameters about other things which makes it too good to be true. And these are app router. So for example, React was built for single page application. So for example, React can only do this. But if you want different pages, for example, if I want to go into the free tools, for example, this particular route, if I go to this, I have to create another React application earlier. Now there are different libraries which have already invented in the React, and that is called router and Tansec. Like there are different things. But what happens is that in Next.js it comes in built in, so you don't have to install that particular route. You can use directly next route. So, and whatever pages you create, it already creates. So I will explain the file structure tomorrow in the next video, where I will cover the file structure, how to understand React code. I will not get into it right now, but understand your each page is like a folder. So whatever folder you have, number the like the n number of folders you have, the n number of routes and n number of pages are created. And image optimization is again done. So image loads faster, it uses Vercel's infrastructure to load the image and things like that, and again it is very fast. Backend code can be written inside the API folder. In the API folder, if you define a route and actions, it will consider that as a backend code, and it comes with built-in SEO for your application. So what happens is that with React there is no inbuilt SEO, and you have to do everything in the SEO. And you understand, if you want to rank well in Google search engine, or with the AI, like AI search engine optimization, which you call the modern term, you have to build SEO. And building your SEO with Next.js comes built in, so you just use built-in functions directly from the Next.js, and you don't have to worry about the SEO, and you can design. So that's why we are using Next.js, and that's why Next.js is famous. And tomorrow I will come with a video where I will explain the file structure. So this is, you can see I've prepared already the demo. I will explain it in the next video. So stay tuned to that. Now let's come to the conclusion. So conclusion is nothing but Next.js is React plus Node.js in one code base. So you can see this is a Next.js project, and it contains like React and the Node.js code into this directory. So, and you can see this is only 513 KB only, and it is perfect for your SaaS application because it handles the complex stuff which you can read. And you can see that you can write the front end code in React, you can write back end code in API, and you also understand what code goes in what place, and you can prompt AI better. AI can build it for you if you give it the right instruction. That's why we are using Next.js. And most important stuff is that if you are using Java or any other language, obviously there are a lot of code, enterprise level code, which are written in this, and AI is again trained on that. But with TypeScript is that a lot of community is there and a lot of open source projects are in again TypeScript, and AI is better trained. AI understand TypeScript code and it can write Next.js code easily. I have been using Golang and Next.js earlier in my workflows, but I faced many issues, and that's why I shifted to Next.js because of its simplicity. And if you are someone who is building it for your own solo purposes, and if you're a solopreneur or if you are an indie hacker, or if you're just getting started, Next.js is the perfect place to get started. And this is how I wanted someone to explain me, and that's why I created this video so that you can understand the surface level view. Now tomorrow I will cover the file structure and you will understand what Next.js is completely, and you just have to prompt AI. That's it. You don't have to go into the nitty gritty more than that. So I will see you in the next video tomorrow, guys. Till then, bye.